Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Jack Ford. After 85 years of serving as the Big Apple's notorious isolated jail, Rikers Island has finally commenced its 10-year plan to shut down. The plan that's being pushed by New York Mayor Bill de Blasio will include cutting inmate population in half and building new and smaller jails throughout the tri-state area. However, while the mayor leads the charge and the governor backs him, some citizens have voiced concern that these new jails may well be moving into their neighborhoods. Joining me now with a breakdown of this plan is Executive Vice President of the Fortune Society, an organization dedicated to supporting successful reentry for inmates from incarceration, Stanley Richards. Once an inmate at Rikers himself, he has since dedicated his life to helping others in the criminal justice system. Stanley, welcome to you. Thank you for spending some time with us. Let me start off with the Fortune Society. Right? Yes. Give me a sense, a bigger sense of what it does.
So Fortune Society has been around for over 50 years. Our mission is twofold. One, to provide a safety net for men and women when they come home from prison, providing the range of services they need to build new lives: employment, substance abuse, mental health, housing. We really try to prevent so many people going into the system. And so we provide an alternatives to incarceration program. And then the other side of our mission is not just to be a service provider for reentry or diversion, but to be a systems changer. So we do a lot of work on policy. We want to change the policies that chew up so many Black and brown young men and women in our country. And New York is the place where if we can do it in New York, we can do it nationally.
Yeah. Let's shift our focus over here to Rikers. Mm-hmm. Give us a sense of what this plan is, because we've heard talk about closing Rikers forever, but now apparently there's a plan in place. Give us a sort of an overall sketch of that plan.
So the plan, I was also part of the Lippman Commission that produced the blueprint to close Rikers and fundamentally change our criminal justice system. The mayor accepted that plan and implemented an operational plan that included a lot of our recommendations. And at the core, what we're talking about is changing the system, changing the way people are diverted into the system so many people don't go in, changing the way people are detained in the system, changing bail reform. Like, we recommended a whole set of changes that won't just close Rikers, but change the way people interact with the criminal justice system. And as a result of those changes, we get to close Rikers Island.
I mentioned in the beginning that there is essentially a listening tour going on here. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about this listening tour and how that's been playing out so far.
So, the mayor has committed. The mayor put forth this plan to close Rikers, build smaller facilities in the borough. And he committed to going to each of the boroughs and listening to what people had to say. As you said, we have been advocating for closing Rikers and changing the criminal justice system for years. And now we have our political leaders saying, yes, the time is now, the time is right, let's make it happen. And so now is a time for all of us, regardless of what community you come from, to stand up and to say, I am for reducing the number of Black and brown people that go through the criminal justice system, and I am for closing Rikers Island.
What are you seeing in terms of people saying, and we've seen this historically, look, great idea to close Rikers, yeah. Great idea to take those savings and reinvest them into the communities in the neighborhood, and I understand you have to have some facilities someplace, right. But yeah, I just don't kind of want them in my neighborhood. Find some other neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely, we're going to be dealing with the NIMBY issue, the not in my backyard issue. But we want to have a conversation. As advocates, we want to be able to say, listen, here's what we're talking about. Right now, we have 8,300 people detained in New York City jails, right? We want to reduce that number down to 5,000. We want to close the old and decrepit jails that they are housed in right now, that the 10,000 correction officers we have to work in those facilities right now, that the over 200,000 visitors each year have to come through and visit each year. We want to eliminate that. And we want to put the jails closer to the courthouses and to the communities so attorneys can see their
And
clients.
Logically, it makes enormous sense.
It makes absolute sense.
As you said, for the justice system, for the inmates, for their family members to visit.
Absolutely.
Last question for you. What are we looking at here in terms of a time frame to get all of this done?
Well, the mayor has a time frame. For the advocates, we don't have a time frame. We want to move as quick as we can. For us, these changes mean we're going to save real lives. As we talk right now, This year, we're going to spend $30 million transporting people from Rikers to the borough courthouses.
Just for transportation?
That's right. This year, we're going to spend $1.2 billion on the Department of Corrections, all of its operations. The time now is to stop that. We're going to see 40,000 people go through that system. 80% of the people who are detained on Rikers have not been convicted of anything.
Haven't
The
posted
only reason
bail.
they're there, they can't afford bail. Right. They're poor. They're black and brown. So the time now is to stop that. So for us, the timing is let's move as fast as we can. Let's have the community conversations. Let's get through the legislative process with bail reform in the state, and let's close this jail.
And then you can start moving forward on it.
Absolutely.
Stanley, this has been very helpful. And as I said before, there's a lot more that we'd like to get you back in here to talk about. So
thank you.
Thanks for spending some time here. We'll look forward to talking with you again down the road.
Thank you.
You be
Pleasure talking to you.